So now we are going to start with Hobbes and equality. What is Hobbes' view on equality? First thing, what you need to know is so far in the series जो हमने पहले के lectures देखे हैं, there we have used a proper Rajeev Bhargava's text, his book, but basically it is not allowed. You get a copyright strike if you do that. Secondly, so from now on it will be more of like a PDF where I'll get the content. You must be happy for it because you'll get notes also, which you were asking for. So it's a win-win for both of us. Secondly, did I forget what I was supposed to say? Second thing is apology. Of course, it's been quite a long delay. I should not even talk about that because the audience would have also changed. But if you are someone who is continuing and you waited for this part, I apologize sincerely for that. We hope, I hope, you hope, we hope that I go better with it. First thing you need to know, I literally made I don't know how many attempts to get the screen recording done because there were so many errors. Anyways, let's start with this. What is Hobbes' view on equality? The most important thing is even we are not referring the book, but still we are going with the same topic as it is in Rajiv Bhargava. See, the next topic is lined up Rousseau on inequality, then Karl Marx, view on inequality, and so on. So we are going with the same flow of the book. It's just that the content is more dynamic now. Reason being, I saw in the comments people from law, people who are preparing the subject as an optional, people who are doing their masters are referring these lectures. So we need to broaden up the pace, right? Which is fine now. So it's a win-win. Definitely, I had to work harder to make it into a PDF and then work on it because simply watching it or doing it from or teaching it from a book's PDF was much more easier for me. But anyways, we are Indians. We work hard, right? Anyways, Hobbes and equality. What is this man trying to say about equality? Three things. Simple three things when someone says about Hobbes and equality. First thing, men are equal in body. Men are equal in body, not by body. Men are equal in body, mind, and nature. That's it. That's it. End of discussion. Hobbes का यही कहना है. कैसे है, क्या है, कैसे ही आपको कन्विंस करेगा इसके लिए, we'll see it now. Hobbes ने अपनी बुक लिखी Leviathan. Okay, that's something you must remember if you're talking about Hobbes and equality. He is talking about Leviathan. See, if you're going for any entrance exam also, that is this for post graduation or anywhere, you must know that Hobbes has written a book called Leviathan where he has talked about certain topics. So when he was talking about equality in his book, he referred to these points. You'll understand. Let's move ahead. First is men are equal in body. See this picture. Here you see a boy, really well physiqued, good, everything fine, but he gets bullied by his juniors, you could say, or someone who are not equivalent to him in physical strength, but he gets bullied by them. What Hobbes say, message is physical strength alone doesn't guarantee dominance. Physical strength doesn't alone guarantee dominance. Alliance and clever tactics can equalize power. Basically, यहाँ पर this boy gets bullied by these people, in spite having good physique, taller than them, senior to them, but he is not able to handle 4 people at a time. Minority majority game is also working, right? Even better example if you want. First, let's take this, then we'll switch on to some casual examples. First one is equality in body. Everyone can be taken down. This content you can straight away copy paste in your exams, but copy paste is not the ideal. You must even understand, okay? And I'm sure you will do it because I have really worked well to make you understand. First is school bully overpowered. Picture a school bully who is physically strong and intimidating. However, when a group of smaller, weaker students team up to report him or play a prank that forces him to back off, he is defeated despite his strength. The message over here is physical strength alone doesn't guarantee dominance. Alliance and clever tactics can equalize power. That is what he has said. Now, this is a good example. You can straight away paste in your exam, but a casual example that you need to know in our history, Indian history, There are multiple examples of battles where we see party A and party B. So team A has literally very less number of people as compared to team B, but still team A wins the game. Like team A wins the battle because they might be less in physical strength, but they used alliances or clever tactics and they equalized the power or they won the battle. There have been many examples, and if I have to mention you a movie here, that would be Bahubali. You see that movie where I don't know first part or second part, I don't remember, but in that picture where we see that uh, team A, which is the heroes team, they have literally less number of army as compared to the one their enemy as compared to team B, but still they sit down, they make alliances, or they strategize, they use clever tactics, and then they go for the war and they win it because they used smarter tactics, strategizing, and all of that. So team B was, which was the enemy, was more in number. Literally, there were literally too many people, but still, team A won it. So that is what Hobbes basically said: men are equal in body. If you want to use more examples, you can refer. This is your homework to elaborate your thinking ability, which is our motto since lecture one. You can go and think about more examples where such things happen. There are many. History is filled with such examples. Alright, this is the first thing what Hobbes has said. This is the text I have directly taken up, not from any book, but his own book, Hobbes, that is Leviathan, where he has stated this. So, in exam, you might face a question like this. Hobbes acknowledges that there will be bodies that are stronger than others and minds that are quick witted than others, but ultimately, he says they are equal by nature. Elaborate, justify. Anything could be asked. There, you have to just write out that the weakest has strength enough to kill the strongest. And in life also you should remember it's a good principle but not to be used in a negative sense, alright? The weakest has strength enough to kill the strongest, either by secret mechanization or by confederacy with others that are in the same danger with himself. Hobbes claimed that if correct means are put to use, whether by plotting against someone or by gathering alliance for a group victory, anyone can kill anyone. This is the reason enough to establish that men are equal in relation to body. Basically, a very simple thing he has said, and I'm sure with the examples you are clear enough with the concept, what he meant by the word, or what he meant by this point, that how men are equal in body. Okay, I can elaborate more and more on this, but if you see it from the exam perspective for graduating students, there have hardly been one or two questions in the PYQs which have been asked of it. So I don't want to elaborate it much, and also there is nothing much to elaborate on it, right? Let's move to the next one. Men are equal in mind. Now understand this. Now you'll be like, how can someone say that men are equal in mind? Basically, ultimately, the entire game is about mind. People have different thinking capacities, and that's why there's a difference in society. But what Hobbes is trying to say here is that no matter what kind of people you see throughout the day, you might meet people who are more wiser than you might feel who are more learned than you, who are more experienced than you, XYZ. But at the end of the day, you will trust your own mind only. You will inherently believe, Hobbes say that humans inherently believe that their wisdom is superior. And it shows up even in everyday situations. Like here, there's an example of a backseat driver. When someone is driving, just imagine the person who is sitting next to them or behind. They always try to come up with like unsophisticated advices like turn here, turn there, you're driving too slow, don't you know this, why didn't you take that cut, etc. etc. Like sometimes the environment literally gets heated up. But anyways, this is what Hobbes is trying to say, that no matter what kind of people we meet, we see, at the end of the day, we believe that and we trust our own mind only. The example is of a backseat driver when you're driving a car and everyone else in the car, even those who have never driven before, starts giving you unsophisticated advice. Turn here, you're driving too slow, I could have done this better, etc. etc. Despite varying levels of expertise, everyone feels they know better because everyone trusts their own mind, right? You can see this in every Shaika stall. Such kind of discussions happen. People give unsolicited advices, opinions without knowing much of the depth of the story. This is the message what Hobbes said, कि humans inherently believe that their wisdom is superior, right? Hobbes feel that the mind is yet an even greater equality of mankind than strength was. Yes, this is important that you must remember. Hobbes said कि mind की जो equality है वो strength से भी ज़्यादा है. Because ultimately the game lies, the capacity lies in the mind. पहले वाले example में भी we saw कि वहाँ पे भी clever tactics use करनी पड़ रही है. Only then you can equalize in power. So यहाँ पे भी you use tactics through your brain only, right? So he said that mind is yet another and even greater equality of mankind than strength was. Everyone thinks they have superior wisdom to all other beings. Many others, uh, you see, you might acknowledge, when you meet a man, may acknowledge many others to be more witty, more eloquent, more learned, yet they will hardly believe there be many so wise as themselves. Alright, this is exactly what Hobbes has said. Example is Mahabharata. This example is basically like you can use it in the first point also and the second point also, where we see the war between Kauravas and Pandavas, and by the wise words of Lord Krishna, Pandavas won the war. Third and the last point about equality, what Hobbes has said is men are equal by nature. अब इसमें कुछ नहीं है, बस दो पॉइंट याद रखने हैं कि Hobbes has said कि पहली बात तो एक गवर्निंग अथॉरिटी का होना ज़रूरी है, ठीक है, कहीं पे भी. सेकेंड थिंग, अगर गवर्नमेंट अथॉरिटी नहीं होगी तो वॉर होगा, क्योंकि हर इंडिविजुअल कम्पीट करेगा रिसोर्सेज के लिए, रिसोर्सेज आर स्केर्स, लिमिटेड, तो डेफिनेटली वॉर होगा. इसका एक बड़ा एग्जांपल विच यू कैन सी इट की जो इंटरस्टेट वाटर डिस्प्यूट्स होते हैं, ठीक है, कंट्रीज़ के बीच में हो जाते हैं, कभी कभार एक कंट्री में कुछ स्टेट्स के बीच में हो जाते हैं कि वाटर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन से रिलेटेड. कुछ टाइम पहले, सॉरी इफ आई एम रॉन्ग, बट कर्नाटका समवेयर कुछ वाटर डिस्प्यूट हुआ था, तो people will fight for scarce resources. Now, inside the country, we have a governing authority, so problems are sorted out. But when it's between two countries, so now there are two different authorities. Now, authorities are authority. It's authority versus authority, so things get complex. We do have that one international organization, but we know how it is working these days, so it's better we don't talk about that. So, but basically, what Hobbes is saying that okay, let's study the example first because I've added it, so we must read it. Example first is about a last slice of pizza, like imagine a party where everyone is equally hungry and there is only one pizza slice on the table. So now everyone think that they have an equal right to claim it because किसी का नाम तो नहीं लिखा है उस पे कि किसका है, right? So everyone thinks that they have an equal right to claim it. So two or more people might start arguing. I saw it first. So you have seen this, no, in your classrooms when you go and you grab a seat and someone be like, "This is mine," and you are like, "Where's your name?" Right? You start being like, "Where's your name on it?" and etc. etc. It goes on. So that's how it is. Like who saw it first, who deserves it, and whose turn it is. Now this conflict arises because both want the same resource, that is pizza, and no external authority is there. If it's not present, then definitely they are going to fight. Now, this example reflects Hobbes' view that without governing power or mutual agreement, equal individuals naturally compete for scarce resources, which is common, which can lead to war or conflict. So, an authority, a host, is always needed. Has Hobbes conclude his argument that all men are equal by nature and then states that because of this equality, war is destined to arise. Hobbes described war as a time when men live without a common power to keep them all in view. Since it has been observed that humans are equal, this means that humans desire what will be best for themselves. And therefore, if any two men desire the same thing, which nevertheless they cannot both enjoy, they become enemies. अब कहीं पे अगर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन हो जाता है, इफ इट इज़ पॉसिबल देन इट्स फाइन, बट अगर कोई ऐसा रिसोर्स जिसे डिवाइड नहीं किया जा सकता तो थिंग्स विल डेफिनेटली बी मोर कॉम्प्लेक्स. This text is from Leviathan, okay? Where you see these 76 and 75. This is from Leviathan. This is an extract basically, but I picked up from the book. With equal faculties of mind and body and mind, we are bound to eventually want what we perceive as better for our lives. This means that humans will eventually desire what other humans have. This creates war. That's it about the 3 points: first, second, third, by body, mind, in body, mind, and by nature. What Hobbes has said, that everyone is equal. Hobbes ने पूरा डिस्कशन ही खत्म कर दिया. जो बाकी राइटर्स बोल रहे थे नहीं ऐसे इक्वल है वैसे इक्वल नहीं है, आपसे बोलो चुप रहो, सब इक्वल है. Now this is an important question if you see it in your exams. Why does Hobbes consider all people equal in division? If it is not asked in exam, what you can do is you can straight away write Hobbes consider all people equal in Hobbes consider all people equal in his book Leviathan, and then you can just write it out because this will definitely pull up an extra mark for you. Hobbes consider all people equal in respect to nature because anyone can wait for another person to fall asleep and then drop a rock on their head. Furthermore, all should be free to advance oneself, thus advancing the entire world. This basically ensures that you have completely got the concept what the man is trying to say. Now this is the takeaway. Takeaway means in exam, if you are faced with any question of Hobbes thrown away from any side, you can simply mention these 5 points and score. So you might capture a screenshot if you want. Right, I'll just do it easy for you. Wait a minute. I can directly provide the PDFs, but right now I haven't. Why it is not getting? I haven't prepared any source or something like any Telegram or something. So if you find it valuable, just let me know. We'll think about that because it's not easy to handle up all such things. I'm not friendly with these. Okay, you might slowly start up. So these are the takeaways that you need to know. I have already explained it. I don't want to unnecessarily stretch this lecture. Equality of nature, equality in body, equality in mind, basis of competition and conflict. This is basically he has elaborated the last point, this one, where we studied equal by nature. When I equal by nature, he has just simply elaborated that concept and stressed it a bit. And the fifth one is implications for society and government. That's all what Hobbes has said on equality. Alright, you're all prepared if you get any questions about Hobbes and equality. I literally prepared this topic. I mean, like, I had to actually just retake so many times because sometimes the audio was not recorded, sometimes the recording paused in between. I literally completed the entire lecture, and when I went for reviewing it, only 5 minutes has been recorded. I literally went to so many different softwares also to go through, but couldn't find any. Anyways, that's it for it. Your valuable feedbacks are important. You might leave the lecture now. Okay, wait, hold on. We have something. Okay, I thought of adding some PYQs from the Delhi University papers, but with the key term of equality, mostly the questions which I found are these three, which is not related to this lecture. These are from Liberty. Okay, so if you have studied Liberty and if it is a part of your syllabus, these are the kind of questions you might face of liberty and equality. But today's topic was much on Hobbes. Okay, so nothing much. So these are the questions you can understand from the lecture Liberty. We have deeply discussed it there, how liberty and equality are different or similar, and this is again how they are complementary to each other. Means how they are similar and how they complement each other. Give reason. Second is liberty and equality, and this one is about an essay outlining central principles of liberalism, which is another concept. Alright, that is all for PYQs, nothing much in it. Okay, let me explain fourth and fifth one. So, basis of competition and conflict, equality creates competition. This is something again we just read. Ki when you see equality, it creates a competition because as an individual, we all feel that we all have equal capabilities, we have desires similar, which we drive out from similar resources. So we have a natural tendency that makes us feel so. This results in enmity, conflict, and ultimately a state of war, as everyone believes they can achieve their goal against others. With this implication for society and government, this is basically an extra point, way forward point, that since equality leads to conflict in the absence of authority, Hobbes concludes that strong central power in his book Leviathan is necessary to maintain order and prevent perpetual conflict. Equality necessitates governance for peace. This is an important line. How equality necessitates governance for peace. This is how it is. Alright, that's it for this lecture. The next one is on Rousseau. Do let me know your feedback because I definitely look up to them. Alright? Do drop a sunflower if you found this lecture helpful. Anyways, thanks for it. See you in the next one.